ancestral territory of five people. We are all tribute people with responsibility to each other and to this land. At this point in time, we welcome a public forum. Anyone who wishes to speak in the public are welcome to speak in this position on any bill. Copies of each should be directed to the chair. Each person must state their name and citizen address. Each person is limited to a maximum of 5 minutes. The entire session not to exceed 15 minutes. Does anyone like to address the floor? Christina, if you. Can I ask first, is it being videotaped? Oh. That's your microphone.
Yeah, I would love to. Okay, great, thank you so much. Hello, good evening. My name is Christina Nickel. I live at 152 Central Street in Chester. Good evening, commissioners, chair, Ms. Hutch, Maxine, Heather. 10 days ago, there wasn't going to be an election. The incumbent was expected to be acclaimed. I filed. Now there is a vote. Now there is a discussion and conversation about the village commission and its role in our community. Conversations are happening. That doesn't happen in the race that nobody thinks matters. Over the past 2 years, I've learned that asking questions is not always welcomed. But I believe asking questions are part of good governance. I've learned that dissent can be uncomfortable, but healthy institutions should not fear questions from the people that they serve. I've learned that a different voice at the table can be inconvenient, but I also believe it can be valuable. And I respect that people have different views, and that's why elections matter. But tonight, I'm here to simply thank the Village Commission of Chester for allowing the democratic process to unfold and for giving the residents of Chester a choice. Thank you so much. And I ask that my statement be entered into the written record of this meeting. Thank you.
I understand.
Yep. Thank you.
You know how to address the assembly? Commissioners, you have the opportunity to read the agenda. You have the business or correction of the regions. No, I'm willing to accept the motion that the agenda of the Chester Village Commission June 17th, 2026 regular month meeting be approved and presented before and thank you for it. Thank you, Tom. Moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Approved. You've had the opportunity to read the minutes of the errors for commissions. No, I'm willing to accept the motion and minutes of the Chester Village Commission 2026 monthly meetings be approved and presented.
So.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Laura.
Randy more.
Randy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to lean more forward.
At least.
Business or not? Business guys, you might want to say, we for policy. I suggested that this be brought forward. Most of us on the commission do not ever claim on anything. However, our colleagues on the fire department do. We have to train so much. And they are right now at the provincial rate. Last year's rate was 59 cents. And this year's rate actually went down because it was set before we had to gas. We set it at 58.9 cents. And because of the intense increase in gas, I really felt that we should kind of look at the, federal CRA, and regulatory agency is recognizing for business for tax purposes right now, 58.9 cents. However, if you work for the federal government, you are practically doing pay 73 cents per kilometer. And I wanted to bring this forward for discussion to see if we should not raise our kilometer rate. Keeping in mind that many of our homes in fire, people go to training sessions and do, so the next. Laura,
The provincial rate stays for a year.
they stay for a year, they don't have a mechanism where they adjust it during the year.
So excuse me, Madam Chairman, how would that affect us? We no longer set fire department's rates.
We can set the fire department rate, recommend that.
So this is on behalf of the fire department you're speaking?
Well, if we have it, we afford the commission,
Yeah,
okay, but not necessarily subject to that.
No.
For,
I'm just a little confused on who you're.
because we share equally financial responsibility for the fire department. If we decide we want to propose this to council, we have to take the air. But I think that it's very too long and you obvious really increase the ask. If you're voluntarily driving for $500, you're still paying.
So if one of us had, for some reason, to go and claim on
You would
this,
get the same.
we would get the same rate.
Anyone else?
What did you want to say to that?
I'm recommending 70%.
Okay.
Any other? Okay. I'll set a motion to set the motivation for, the commission for the 2026-27 fiscal year, so we do send on there. The provincial rate right now is 58.9 kilometers. Last year was 59.32, but when they set it, it was cost of having for going in. First reading. Oh, I can do the federal picture and the provincial. Put your hand up.
There was, but it was a sacred question.
Anybody else?
Do you need to move it?
Yes, please.
No, I would be going to move that. The rate piece that, it's gonna be.
It was moved by Green and seconded by Tom. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said,
I'll be in this one, thanks.
okay, I'm putting a motion on the table. I'll put it in. Vote.
You know, you fight for,
Well, that's like,
to the golf course.
Yeah.
Okay, correspondence, Gerald, new planning advisory committee, our applications are open. Notices being sent on the members of various committees, and they're wondering if the village of Chester is interested in applying. Did we not have one of our members?
I was, but that was because the village had a reserved spot on the old one. So, but I'm not so certain. A municipal level one, I'm really that interested in, sorry, it's unless, commission wants to appoint someone else, that would be fine. But I was not really in favor, that's the way it was put it all. And I don't really, I feel our village concerns will be watered down in municipal level one, and they want to do it by voting districts. A person from every district, 1, district 2, district 3.
So we would be probably in District 3.
Well, yeah, maybe someone like Tom will want to be on that. He's different to the one. I don't want to go up against the council and that may be it. Basically.
Are you on that, committee, Will?
And you'll take up the District 3 spot, yeah, that's what I thought of that, so. Not really that much, for me to say about it.
Or we can always log Tom.
Yeah, well, last time, please, leave the way to go. And Tom, knows the village's concerns, and wants anyone to, so he's likely to represent our best interests.
So I take it that there is a consensus that we will have on particular items, are there any, dates on that? No? Reports, the term committees, report from the chair. There to be very brief, because reporting extensively at the agent and, as we all know, and pretty heavily involved, both with, making the Zoe Valley Library ready to open for June 1st. And, we are working at getting, we have over here this week, that here. And getting all of it. I know it's not very slow. Okay. Order treasurer, Kevin.
Yep. Just a moment while I put it up on screen. And I'm sorry, I should have given you one of these. Okay. Oh my gosh, there we go. Scotiabank, the April and May 2026 bank statements are reconciled. The village main operations account opened the month of May with 464,000 and ended with 427. Snapshot, the village account balances as of June 1st were, you can see the list below for the bank account, which I just mentioned. The operating reserve has 105,000. The Lido pool reserve has 212. Utilities 44.6, and the EHS building reserve is 29. The 25-26 tax revenue reconciliation has arrived from the municipality, which I attached to my report. Sorry, I looked away now. I lost my spot. There we go. There is an amount to be refunded to the municipality of 3,029 that will be deducted from the village's Q2 tax advance. The village HST offset application to the province went last month. This is the program that is determined by the amount submitted and the number of applicants. It is time shifted, so this year's program is for the 2024-25 fiscal year. The federal HST rebate application for the second half of 25-26 is pending. Sage account adjustments for an accurate calculation. That's all part of the year-end work that we do as part of the audit. Capital grants and projects. Unfortunately, the village was not successful in accessing the recreation facility development grant for Lido repairs, which is also discontinued after this year. I've initiated a conversation with the repairs contractor and consulting engineer to come up with a lesser alternative. I will obviously update you as soon as I have something. I met with municipality public works staff recently for a preliminary survey of the public washroom's long delayed accessible parking space and path improvement to the entrance door. They confirmed the grade on the existing path is sufficient. The existing excuse me, the existing landing will remain intact with a new surface and a wider door installed. Design Point has been engaged to do a survey and drawings for permit applications with the province and municipality. I've spoken again with the grid program representatives regarding the redirection of the canceled Lido project funding to the library. New drawings came on June 12th for permit applications, and the architect's costing consultant is in progress now, with the Class D estimate expected before the end of the month. 25-26 audit, as you know, the 25-26 financial statements were presented to the audit committee on June 10th and will be presented to the public at this evening's annual general meeting. Coming out of the audit, there are adjusting entries to be made in the Sage accounting system, which will provide the final budget variance numbers for 25-26 and also for the HST rebate. That report is 90% completed pending adjustments. Lido Pool Washroom lifeguard orientation is next Friday. Is it next Friday? Yes, June 26th. Nevea is already proving very valuable as the lifeguard supervisor. The pool is scheduled to open for the start of swimming lessons on Monday, June 29th. Nevea was checking to see if we would be able to open the weekend before if staff were available, but they are not. So we will open on the 29th. Library financial, we can finally access the library accounts on Scotia Connect. To date, all invoices for the library have been paid by the village pending access. Staff will now break out the items that require reimbursement for the end of Q1 and prepare a detailed invoice. Library account balance as of June 1st was 190,309. The 2025 charitable tax return and January 1st to March 31st, 2026 financial statement being prepared by the municipality's finance director are pending. The letter to Canada Revenue to change the directors of the charity has been drafted, but is on hold pending the municipality's filing of the 2025 tax return and the results of the 2026 village election for the correct names. A discussion note on library investment recommendations is included for consideration. Village election, a revising period of amendments to the list of electors opened on June 1st and can only be done by the returning officer, which is me. Villages are not required under the Municipal Elections Act to do a revision period like municipalities are, but it improves voting access. Changes can also be made on the day at the polls with sufficient proof of eligibility. At the nomination deadline of 5 p.m. on Wednesday, June 10th, I, as returning officer, received 2 nominations forms for 1 vacancy. The appropriate ballots and other paperwork to be printed and poll staffing are in progress. As of the proxy voting application deadline of Thursday, June 11th by 5 p.m., I received 3 applications. Proxy voters have been provided with the proxy approval forms to show at the polling station. They must vote only on ordinary election day. And just a reminder of the election schedule, the advance poll is this coming Saturday, June 20th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the Chester United Baptist Church at 84 King Street. And election day is Tuesday, June 23rd. Polls will be open from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. also at the Chester United Baptist Church, 84 King Street. So I'm just going to jump ahead to the discussion note on investments. Before I launch into this, is this something we want to deal with at this meeting? I know we're trying to keep it short, or do we want to take this? Mhm. Okay, thank you.
See the minutes from the Bluebird County disability. There is no new business. I would be excited to be very much around the table. There is no inquiry. There will be reviewing our meeting in the public meeting. you could accept, looking to adjourn. We will reconvene at 6:30.